Hey, I'm Emily from the Get Offset podcast, and I'm going to talk to you about some DOD pedals I bought recently. So, by now, I've already posted all the demos of all of these pedals I bought. I bought 7. DOD had some sort of sale where you could get all 7 for like $300. So, I went through them, played them all, filmed demos of all of them, and now I'm going to issue some judgments. If you've seen our demos, you know I typically just play through. Sometimes in the descriptions, I give you a little bit more information on what I thought of the different pedals. Didn't really do that in these because they were so basic, simple, yada yada. So I'm going to go through them all from my least favorite to my most favorite. All right. Least favorite by a landslide, the Gunslinger Mosfet Distortion. I don't know what to say about this pedal. Unless I had the bifet boost in front of it, I thought this did not sound good. I mean, it just wasn't for me. I didn't jive with it. I tried it a bunch of different ways, and I just filmed the demo the way that it sounded, and I didn't think it sounded good. I thought it kind of sounded like I was playing through a telephone. So if that's like your vibe, awesome. Probably the pedal for you. I'm going to list this on Reverb, and I'm going to price it to sell it. I did not like it. So, yep. 7. I didn't like it. Sorry. Next up, this might surprise some people. The phaser. Listen, it's not that this sounded bad. It sounds fine. But this phaser has made me realize that I need a phaser that has depth control and not just rate control. Yeah, that's the gist of that. You can only control the speed. Goes from really, really subtle to fast, but still subtle. I like my modulation to be able to go a little crazier. That's that. 6 out of 7. Up next, let me look around here. The Bone Shaker. It's not that this sounded bad. I thought it sounded pretty good. I think you get a lot of tones out of it. It's really nice. But I found the whole idea of a level and frequency for the lows and highs and stuff, I found that kind of confusing. And I found that every once in a while I would move one and the other would move, which I don't think is how it's supposed to happen. So if you're not familiar, you have the distortion, the depth, which controls like I think some of the low frequencies in some way for like extended range instruments. Level, obviously. Levels, oh, let me look at this. Yes. Then levels for low, middle, and high. And then you can control the frequency of the highs and the lows with this outside one. Yep, I just found it a little too confusing, especially if you're on a stage. You know, it's just so important to be able to quickly adjust things on stage in my experience, because no matter what I do, my knobs are going to get bumped sometimes, and I need to be able to, you know, check that. So if I can't easily, see or understand what the hell's happening with this, yeah. Sounded great though. Yeah, especially for what it cost, which was next to nothing. Next up, I'm gonna go with the DOD 250. So hey, we're on the last 4. So this is, you know, one of my favorites. I like this a lot. Simple, sounds good.
simple and sounds good. What else can you want in an overdrive pedal? I know these are popular. They are, you know, kind of a classic distortion overdrive pedal. I already have sold this because I have a Pelican Noiseworks 50/50, and that's 2 of these in a box. Stay tuned for a video where I compare the two, because I think the Pelican Noiseworks 50/50 that they did with 60 Cycle Hum sounds great, so I have no need for this. Next up, the Compressor. Yes, this is one of my favorites. Simple, easy to use, sounds fine. It's a compressor. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about compressors. I don't use them a ton. I use them when I'm playing country music stuff. I have another compressor, so I've actually sold this one too for what I paid for it. It's cool. It's orange. I know that matters a lot to my co-host on the podcast, Andrew, who loves orange. So if you're a pedal builder, build more orange pedals. Make Andrew a happy man. Now we're into my top 2. And this one surprised me because I don't use boost pedals, but the Mosfet Boost was my second favorite. On its own, I mean, not exciting. It's a boost. But in front of every single one of those dirt pedals made each of those pedals, even the Gunslinger, sound really freaking awesome. Yeah. So I think it's probably the longest of the demos that I filmed, because I filmed a demo of it in front of all the other dirt pedals. Yeah, this just makes everything behind it sound really nice. Highly recommend it. And my absolute favorite, and this surprised me because I have a few envelope filters and haven't really been able to jive with them or bond with them in any real way. I think the simplicity of the 440 envelope filter really, really spoke to me. 2 knobs and a toggle. So easy. So easy to dial in. Yeah, I just had a lot of fun playing with this pedal. You can probably tell the demo for it is kind of long, considering that it's 2 knobs and a toggle. But if you really want that bow chicka bow wow sound, this is a very affordable way to get it. I think they sold out of them for the $45 sale before the sale ended, which made Andrew sad. But I think these are like $100. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's pretty nice for $100, and I'm sure you can find one used for $45, $50. So, yep, those are my favorites. Well, I should say my 3 favorites. Let's just say I thought 6 of those pedals were really, really great for the price, and I thought 1 was just a hard pass for me. So, yeah. They can't all be winners, and I'm really glad I jumped on that package. I'm probably going to be selling most of them just because I really only bought them because I wanted to film the demos of them. Most of them are kind of replicas of things I already have. The only one I'm definitely keeping is this 440. I thought this was so much fun. I probably will never get to use this in a band setting. Any more than I really get to use fuzzes in a band setting. But hey, I'll be able to play my funky Prince licks with this just fine. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, check out the podcast if you haven't already. We have a Patreon if you want to support that. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Emily, and goodbye.